Just a quick gem from the childhood, Encyclopedia Brown, which I read like every single one and like even received them for like birthdays and like Christmas and stuff. I like owned every single one. But his real birth name is Leroy Brown. Both words divide by 3, Leroy and Brown. And his best friend Sally divides by 3 as well. All by divine ordinance. This is the kid that solves everything in the universe and is unstoppable in terms of solving everything. So I read these books as a kid. I love them. I love solving things by divine ordinance. His name is Leroy Brown, and his best friend is Sally, which divides by 3. Done. Just big gem, ordained by God. Okay, ordained by God, and even on the front, Donald J. Sobel. You do the math on that, divides by 3. Okay, Leroy is 30, 42, 60, 75. And Brown is 72. So Leroy is 75, Brown is exactly 3 points less. Like, it's too obvious. Leroy Brown, you gotta be kidding me. 75 plus 72 for the number 3, it's like, what more can you ask for? And then his best friend is Sally, which is 45 plus 24 equals 69 equals Jehovah. Like, so Sally plus Leroy. Okay, here they are. Here they are. Here's Sally plus Leroy. 69 plus 75. Hello, that's an average of 72 plus 72. Equals 144 perfectly. So Leroy, who is Encyclopedia Brown, okay, that's his official birth name. Leroy, 75, Brown, 72, Sally, 69. 69 equals Jehovah, okay? So Leroy and Sally together, unstoppable. Read all the books, they're hilarious. It's all about solving things. It's all about finding the little clue in the text and solving the case. And this is just a personal gem from my childhood. I owned a ton of these. There was a nice consistent format that they came in that had the same outline and beautiful presentation. I remember having them on a bookshelf. I think I owned at least a dozen of them, and I would get like 1 or 2 of them, usually from my parents, like on a birthday, or maybe from a friend, or so. Just a gem from my childhood. Kids need to learn to read, and God has ordained, all these books. Like here's a young kid. The story of Encyclopedia Brown, is that he is a young boy genius that solves everything that ever comes up in the town. And there's a ton of gems, like in the details of like I was like harvesting other 3s out of this. There's read all the books in the series. There's 18, which divides by 3, at least as far as I see on this present. Read all the books in the series. There's 18 according to this pamphlet, which divides by 3. The best detective in town. It's just classic. It's classic, enjoyable young boys literature. So awesome. Just delightful books. Chief Brown, And where does he live? He lives on Rover Avenue. Rover, you gotta be kidding me. It's like too easy for the number 3. In a red house, no less. Red is 3 times 3 times 3. Oh, it's a brick house. God gave me that gem the other day. Red brick house. Ironically, it was from the song by the Commodores, Brick House. Brick house divides by 3, red divides by 3. So, straight from the horse's mouth. Leroy Brown lives in a red brick house on Rover. Like, it all divides by 3 to the glory of the Trinity. And of course the word police divides by 3. So 18 books in the series, which divides by 3. As I mentioned, Donald J. Strobel divides by 3. Sobel, his last name, divides by 3. Being 21 plus 15 plus 15 plus 12. It's like too obvious. You can find love in there. 36 plus 27, 63 for Sobel, and then Donald J is 33 plus 15, 48, 60. So that was excuse me, 60 for the beginning, and then 63. Yeah, 30 plus 21. Yeah, 60 plus 63. So amazingly, Donald J. Sobel, which is written on the cover of all of these books, is 60 plus 63, which adds perfectly to 1, 2, 3. Like, it does not get any better than that. 123, 1, 2, 3. And so I encourage you to go on the deeper detective chase and the deeper truth behind these books and treasure hunt these very books for the number 3, which is what I did. So now you're going to the deepest level of human history possible. You're solving detective books. You're solving the people behind. You're solving the story of God. You're solving Leroy Brown. You're solving Sally. You know, she's pictured on a lot of these covers. For example, there they are together. Leroy plus Sally at 144 perfectly. You know, that's probably her again. And, you know, various Sally, his best friend. But Leroy Brown, that's to 147, which is a sevenfold set of 3s. And on every book at the bottom is that Donald J. Sobel on the very bottom of every book, which adds to 1, 2, 3 perfectly. That's just what God ordained his name to be signed as. And you can count the number of letters. Oh, look, that's exactly 12 letters. 6 letters for Donald, 6 letters for the rest. 12 divides by 3. So, and then you can solve the publisher of these books, Puffin. Oh, look. Oh, look, what is that? You know, oh, Puffin. All the center letters divide by 3. The bookends make 30. So what does Puffin add to? 42 plus 30, 72, a triple of triple eights. Like, it just keeps better. And of course, Encyclopedia Brown is a part of the Brown family. And they eat at dinner together. And it's a threesome that eats at the dinner table. It's Encyclopedia Brown, plus the father, plus the mother. 3 people at the dinner table, and that's where they solve all the cases to the glory of the Trinity. Like, it's that ordained for the glory of the Triune God. These are young readers, and that's why I was led by the Lord. I also got out a bunch of children's books from North Langley Community Church. A bunch of children's books, including a specific one for my younger years. Children's books that all divide by 3. Jesus Loves Me divides by 3. All the Time divides by 3, you know, and just, oh, this book was made by Happy Day, which divides by 3, you know, and on and on and on. Like, you can solve the cul-de-sac kids, Beverly Lewis, you know, a Bible for toddlers. Toddler divides by 3, just like baby. This one was hilarious. A Friend for Frady Cat. Did you know Frady Cat divides by 3? Frady equals Friday. God's gift baby. Every word divides by 3. God made our bodies. You know, here's some words you can do treasure hunting of body parts in there. Big Truth Bible stories. Every word divides by 3. You know, Esther divides by 3. Baby Bible. Baby equals Bible. That's a fun one. Precious Moments, easily solvable for the number 3. God Knows What's Best for Me. Yes, He does. Our New Baby. Every word divides by 3. And this one is a gem from my personal story, the Adventure Bible Handbook, which is one of a kind. This is a great book for a young teenage boy or a girl, and it's divine. There's nothing like it. It's like a comic strip. It's done with excellent comic style graphics. And very imaginative, very entertaining for a smart person. A smart kid will love this kind of book. The Adventure Bible Handbook by Divine Ordinance adds perfectly to 243, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's with the in front. If you don't put the in front, Adventure Bible Handbook, as is written right there on the cover, adds to 210 perfectly, which is king for the number 3. It's 21 times 10, a sevenfold set of 3s times 10. So I encourage you to get this book for a young teen, the Adventure Bible Handbook. Give them the mathematical proof of it for the glory of the Trinity. Lo and behold, on the cover there are exactly 6 characters, 3 plus 3, and encourage them to find as many 3s as they can in there. And then, so I read that, and you can solve the publisher, Zondervan, and just keep going and going. And then look, it's written on the spine, like it has a name. Adventure Bible Handbook. That name adds to 210 perfectly by Divine Ordinance, and it's bookended with multiples of 3. And of course, Bible divides by 3, and hands, you know. Adventure Bible Handbook, in all capital letters, adds to 210. Boom, it's a gem to the glory of the Trinity. In this book, they always do what they call a blitz in order to travel through time. I love that word blitz, and so does God, because it divides by 3. Here's a plus 2, here's a plus 2, here's a plus 2. You know, the blitz. Who doesn't love, but that's what they do to travel through time. Every time they change, you know, scenes in this book, blitz. I mean, come on, man. This thing divides by 3. What is blitz? Blitz is 48 for the letters that don't divide by 3. Add 12 points. Blitz adds to 69, which equals Jehovah. Blitz They travel through time, and that's the secret there. Look, there's a frog saying, read it, read it. Read it divides by 3 in 6 letters. You can solve the whole thing. Publishing divides by 3. I'm just solving, wow, 40. Wait a minute. ND. Yeah, anyways. Yep. But the main thing is the title. This is a gem from my personal life, and my life is just loaded with 3s by Divine Ordinance. So I wanted to share this one, and you can get this one for your young kids. Your teenager, excellent. The Adventure Bible Handbook. No better way to teach them, to get them into reading than something with all these beautiful graphics. It's creative, it's fun, it's like a comic book it's so fun to read. The characters, it's so imaginative. The whole thing is a giant story from the start to beginning. They meet new characters along the way. The graphics are incredible. It's this creative layout on every page. Every page is lovingly put together. There's all these cool illustrations. They run it like a mystery and like solving things, and there's all these like cool fun things you're just like, man, I just want to keep reading this thing. I read this thing multiple times as a kid. Just packed. So, and it's a great hardcover, just feels good in your hands. I remember reading this thing at night, like constantly. I was just like, yeah, man, I think I got it for Christmas or something, just beautiful how they present the gospel and truths of the Bible, like everything is just delightful. So that's a gem for my personal life. I encourage you to buy one of these and give it to a young teen, boy or girl, for Christmas, the Adventure Bible Handbook. It's a great reader. It's a great early reader. And then Encyclopedia Brown. I mean, come on. Oh, here it is. Here, should we solve his sign? Here it is, right there. There it is. That's the sign that you can solve for the number 3. The Brown Detective Agency on 13 Rover Avenue. No less, 13 glorifies the number 3. Rover divides by 3. No joke. 13 knits together with the word avenue to divide by 3. And of course 13, when you write it in text, divides by 3. So we solved where Leroy Brown lives. He lives on 13 Rover Avenue, to the glory of the Trinity. That's the deeper mystery behind everything. And there, look, that is his name. Leroy Brown. In 5 plus 5 letters, 70, 75 plus 72. President. No case. Too small. 25 cents per day. Per day divides by 3. Do I dare solve 25 cents? 20. Yes, 25 cents divides by 3. I happen to have 25 cents right here. 25 cents. There it is. That was the price. That's what Leroy Brown receives in order to solve every case in the famous Encyclopedia Brown books. It even says on this front cover, Detective Services, 25 cents. Well, when you write, there it is, 25 cents per day. So per divides by 3, day divides by 3, 25 cents divides by 3. So 25 cents per day. There you go, to the glory of the Trinity. We've solved the mystery of 25 cents and Leroy Brown receiving that in order to get paid to effectively solve everything under the sun, which is what I'm doing. Let's write 25 cents on the board. And by the way, Leroy Brown, in those 10 letters, there's exactly 5 of them that divide by 3 individually and 5 of them that do not. Like, it's just totally divine for the number 3. So, let's just slam it right here. Let's just slam a little pocket in right here. I can zoom in on that little pocket whilst we write. First we're going to solve 25 cents. 25 divides by 3. Cent divides by 3, and then it's got the S on the end, which knits together with, I knit it together like this. And NY divides by 3, and wet divides by 3. So 25 cents divides by 3. Per day divides by 3. anything per day is 39 plus 30 is 69 equals Jehovah. So anytime someone says per day, they're confessing Jehovah, the living God. Just like every time someone says checkmate, they're saying Jehovah, 69. So 25 cents, what does that all add to? 48 plus 39. 48 plus 39 is 87. Plus another 39 is 126. Plus 27 is 153. 162, 168. Plus the word cent, 42 is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, 25 cents adds to 210 perfectly. You gotta be kidding me. That's king for the number 3. It's 21 times 10. 7-fold set of 3s times 10. 3-digit all factor 8 number, 3 digits add to 3. It's perfect, 25 cents. In 15 letters, exactly. In 15 letters, which divides by 3, 3 words, divides by 3, it adds to 210, divides by 3. There you go. So I've just solved every 25 cents in the history of the universe, and in particular, we solved all the 25 cents that are required for Encyclopedia Brown, Boy Detective, to solve every mystery in the Encyclopedia Brown books. Yes! I mean, if you can solve cases in Encyclopedia Brown books, that's one thing. But if you can solve Encyclopedia Brown and every component of the book itself, to the glory of God Almighty, that's another thing altogether. And that's what we're doing right now. Okay, so, never forget, Donald J. Sobel adds to 123 on the bottom of this book. So 25 cents per day. Remember per day was 69. Well, add that. 25 cents per day. The writing is down on the wall. 25 cents per day. To hire Leroy Brown. That adds another 3 plus 3 letters. So now you've got 21 letters. That adds to 279, which divides by 3. Okay. It's 3 times 93, in fact. And 93 is 3 times 31. And 31 deduces to 3 by the law of prime. And so 25 cents per day. No case too small. You can solve the entire sign of the Brown Detective Agency for the glory of the Trinity. We solved the address. We solved Leroy Brown. So, but the most important thing to solve is his name. Okay? And you need to be inspired to name your children mathematically beautifully to the glory of the Trinity. Okay? So let's solve Leroy Brown. And of course his girlfriend, Sally. What's cool is that there's 3 letters in Leroy that divide by 3 and 2 letters in Sally that divide by 3, and both names contain 5 letters. So it's like this perfect slotting between Leroy and Sally. Isn't that romantic? So Leroy Brown. Leroy Brown is the name of Encyclopedia Brown. And lo and behold, exactly half of the letters divide by 3 all by themselves. Genius. And the other half knit together, okay? And what's cool about Leroy Brown is you can chain link it. The Y and the B in the center knit together to make 27, the perfect cube of 3. Okay, but I want to add up all the letters that don't divide by 3 on one team. So that is 42 plus 27, 69. Okay. The letters that do not, that's amazing. I mean, Leroy is 75, Brown is 72. The letters that do not divide by 3 individually make 69. That means we're going to get, 78 for the rest? 36 plus 30, 66. Yes. 78 for the rest. Divided by 3. Genius. 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 Leroy Brown. And then his girlfriend's name is Sally. And she has 2 L's and then 3 letters that knit together. So Leroy plus Sally. Sally was 69. Right, we already mentioned this. Okay, if you knit together the letters that divide by 3 in Leroy and Sally, 45, you get 75 for the letters that don't divide by 3, and you get 69, right, for the letters that do divide by 3. Just insanely perfect. Leroy Brown, and I forget what Sally's last name was. I think Sally's last name divides by 3 too. I'm just already. He is a super sleuth. Well, the word super parallels the word sleuth because the S is a +1 in front of a gold chain of 3s in both cases. So when you have multiple super sleuths, then you ultimately have 3 S's. You got 1, 2, 3. Super sleuth. Done. Solved. Oh, Encyclopedia Brown's detective agency is back in business. In every book, I believe there was 10 new mysteries. 10 divides by 3 when you speak. 10 equals 39 in 3 letters and 9 strokes. Oh boy. Too cool. The word clues. Collect the clues. Clues divides by 3, starting with C, and it's just too fun. Clues, Brooks. Donald J. Soul. .345 Hudson Street, New York, no less. You gotta be kidding me. .345 divides by 3, obviously. Hudson divides by 3, like the Hudson River divides by 3. Street divides by 3. New York divides by 3. New York, of course. There, I've just solved the address of the Penguin Young Readers Group. At the back, they post the solutions underneath the text. Solutions. And there's always 10 of them. Solutions. Solutions. Well, solutions divides by 3, and 10 divides by 3. So 10 solutions divides by 3. These are some of the coolest young readers because they force kids to analyze text, and to be careful in reading, and to find clues. Encourages them to look and explore and treasure hunt. It's the same concept. You're treasure hunting for the clue. You're on the case. Solutions. I love that. Divides by 3. There's 10 of them. And they always got these delightful illustrations. Like, they're always so cute and like pleasing to look at. It's always so sense of precision, you know. And they pick such cool items in all these cases. It's like, man, you just, you know, oh boy. Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because why not divides by 3 in 3 plus 3 letters to the glory of the Trinity. That's why not. They're pleasurable. I mean, just the balance of the text on the pages. Like, the text is nice and large, the spacing, the lines. These books were a pleasure to eat up as a kid. You were just like, man, I'm reading novels. Like, the print is nice and large. The stories were simple but efficient. It was a great snack for your mind before bed. They had these, you know, cool illustrations. They always end with this question: who burns the hole? And you were just like, oh man, now I gotta think here. Like, so cool. And just like, and he always solves it. You know? What convinced encyclopedia? There's the case of the red roses. Well, I'll tell you the case of the red roses. Red divides by 3 like rose divides by 3. Encyclopedia Brown. See, there it is. 10 cases, and then solutions divides by 3. Case. And so you see how the word case will knit together with all the other titles? Because case is a common word, but trust me, case starts with C, so it's obvious for the number 3. Case, 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 the case of the, and then the plus of always adds to love every single time, both words dividing by 3. So everywhere in this whole book is love, 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 love. Okay? Now, case does not divide by 3 all by itself, nor does cases, because it's going to knit together with all this creative material over here. No joke. Now you're just starting to enter into the intelligence of God. Just starting to. But the word case is an obvious C at the beginning, just like contents, C, C, and then that's followed by an O, which divides by 3. C, C, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. All to the glory of the Trinity. It's all for the glory of the Triune God. Okay. On the contrary, the deeper truth is that this should be for the glory of the Trinity. But he dedicated it to Rose, which divides by 3, 4 divides by 3. Who deserves all the dedications? Well, actually, God deserves all the dedications because he created you. And he also created Rose. So how deep are you going to go in life? You need to go to the deepest point of understanding, where you understand that everything and everyone was created by God and is a gift of God and an expression of his love. Illustrated by James. James divides by 3. Amazing. Illustrated. Ooh, that's important. Because illustrated divides by 3, starting with 4 letters that divide by 3, and then ST knit together, and then R divides by 3, and then AT divides by 3, and then ED divides by 3. Illustrated by, and then by is the perfect cube of 3. Illustrated by. We got to solve that, because this covers, you know, every single book that has illustrations in it. And by the way, illustrations divides by 3. Illustrated by. I mean, this is going into kid heaven. I mean, every kid loves the illustrations in a book. So it's very important that we solve illustrated by. And I'm just gonna, yeah, I love how the very, you know, the back of this page is always solutions, which divides by 3. And then, what is this, class? What is this over here? And what is this over here? Who takes the glory for what's at the back of every book? What is this right here? It's called a blank page. And truth be told, all of these were once blank pages before they got text. Who takes the glory for this, class? Well, blank page divides by 3 in 9 letters perfectly by Divine Ordinance. Do the math on blank page, and it's connected in the middle with 27, which is 3 times 3 times 3. Yes. Trinity glorified in every blank page. And of course, there's always a blank page at the end. So who takes the glory for every single book? Because there's always a blank page as the last page in every single book. Okay, the Trinity does. The Trinity, the Triune God. By the way, last page divides by 3. The last page, when you speak it, divides by 3. Blank page divides by 3. We should write these on the board. The last page, blank page, and illustrated by. Of course, this is what you call the cover. Cover divides by 3, starting with the letter C, which is 3. I mean, that's what you hold. When you carry this book out the door, you hold the cover. Cover, 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 cover. Cover, pages divides by 3. A cover with pages, you know. So, we have gold. We have gold to discuss. Back to the little corner here, because we have so many profound revelations sitting on this boarding enough to get the entire wall available. So there's a couple gems we want to illustrated by, and a blank page. You know what? Let's just bear down here. Make way. Make way. Yeah, it's better. Illustrated by, blank page. Last page, cover, and that's pretty good. And then how about solutions? Let's solve all the world's solutions. Illustrated by, look at all the letters that divide by 3. And then this is 27, perfect cube of 3. And then look at all these pairs here. These are divine pairs, 39, 21, 9. So what does illustrated add to? And you can find the word love embedded in it. Like you can find 27s, you can find 54s, okay? So let's... in fact, it's just occurred to me that the first 4 letters that all do divide by 3 equal love. Equals 54. There's a big find right off the bat. Illustration. There it is. Love. That equals 54. 9 plus 12 plus 12. Genius. 30 plus 12. Flawless. And okay. That's good. Let's just add up the rest. 60, 78 plus 9, 87 plus love is so illustrated is 141, by is 27. Oh my goodness, illustrated by adds the famous 168, a sevenfold set of triple eights. That's the same value as God is sovereign. One of my favorite truths of all time. Genius. A blank page. This is too obvious. Knit together with 27 triple eight, flanked again by 15, 12, 12 plus 3, 15. There, we've solved every blank page. And look, last page is similar. It's chain linked together, you know, with 36. And then you can put these guys together, leave the 12 there together, just like up here, 12 in front. So you got, so blank page, we already solved 27, 42, 54. There's a love sitting right there on the end. 66 plus 3, 69. Blank page equals Jehovah. Stick the word the in front, the blank page, that's a 9 letter. Stick the word the in front, the blank page equals 102, the first 3-digit all-factor 8 number that divides by 3 perfectly. Now how about the last page? 36, 48 plus 12, 60. Wow, oh my goodness, the last page, just wait, one more time here. 36 plus 12, 48, yeah, 12, 60 plus 21, wow, 81, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Pure threes, last page. Then we say the last page, that adds to 114. That's incredible. So Jehovah owns every blank page and every last page. You can put the word every in front, which divides by 3. And then you can solve every blank page and every last page. And then the book cover is 27 plus 3360, that equals 63. Divides by 3. Solutions is 3372 plus 24. 96 plus 27 is 123 plus 21 is 144. Oh, that's insane. The perfect square of 12. 12 times 12. Solutions, 144, 12 times 12. So those are some big gems. Now I just realized I don't even have solutions on the video, so I'm just going to zoom out so it's all on the camera there. So there you go. Illustrated by 168, sevenfold set of triple eights. Solutions, 12 times 12 perfectly, you know, in 9 letters, which divides by 3. Every blank page divides by 3. Every last page divides by 3. Cover divides by 3, starting with the letter C, which is 3, you know. Every is 48 plus 27 is 75. So 75, you know, plus, wow. So 75 plus 69 adds to 144, every blank page. Wow, 144. And you add another 12, which divides by 12, 12 times 12, and then you add another 12 for every last page, is 156, and every cover then is 75 plus 63 is, you know, 138. So there you go. That was some big terms, some big gems from books, in particular, Encyclopedia Brown. Leroy Brown, that's his name, that's the most important. No case too small. Oh man. Plus expenses. Amazing. Brown, detective. Detective divides by 3. I mean, that's a key word. Detective divides by 3. Brown, detective, and then I'm just checking the last bit. Yeah, I'm not joking, folks. I just concluded that this entire sign, as it is written in text, divides by 3 in total. Brown divides by 3, detective divides by 3, agency knits together with president to divide by 3, Leroy and Brown both divide by 3, a number 13 added to avenue divides by 3, rover divides by 3, okay, and then no small divides by 3, no case 25 cents per day divides by 3, okay, no case too small, 25 cents per day plus expensive, all divides by 3. So literally this entire sign divides by 3. By divine ordinance to the glory of the Trinity. Starting with the word brown, which is 72 or triple eights. What is detective? And there's a love in there, 54 is found at 57 plus 9, 66 plus 27, excuse me, 93. 3 times 31. There you go. There you go. So we solve this completely. Yes, yes. There you go. That's how you solve everything in the universe. Awesome. Awesome. All man equals 33.